What's going on, YouTube? This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. So let's get into it. I just opened my eyes again. I just filmed one video, but I wanted to refilm some more. So I had two experiences that I want to talk about, and one was I was in the school. It all takes place in this school, but I think this school is more of a prison. So it's a school, and there was a student that I'd known since 8th grade next to me doing math, and there was another teacher who was doing math, but it was my father, this Rothschild, right? And I had my work, and it just wasn't acceptable, and I was irritated and tired again, in the sense that nothing I do is going to be good enough for this person. So it's like in that moment, I started to stop caring for this person's validation. Regardless of what I may have said in the moment, that was how I was feeling internally. And after that, it was, like I said, it was a school. Pardon me. There was a yellowish tint. There was some, I can't say blue, but I think that's just the color of the more so the astral, that part of the astrals. Um, but there was like a yellowish tint, and I was in a library, and there were these study areas. Like, you know how in one section someone might be sitting, and there's wood three ways, like on the left, in the front, and on the right, so that they are a little more isolated in that space, so they can focus more on whatever it is they're doing. And I was in an area like that, and seeing people in those spaces, um and then I came back to my body. It's like I got sent back to my body. And then I was back in this library, and I have some assignment, and there's this, it wasn't table work, but if you take, Microsoft Word, and you make a table, and there were not elements in regards to science, but some words on the left in one column, and then some on the right with empty spaces for me to fill out my sources and whatever information for this research paper. And there was somebody to my left that I've known since I was in middle school, in 8th grade, when I was in Kenya, carbonated person, um, who I believe is part of the, who has showed themselves to me to be affiliated with the oppressors, who's at the tip top, because it's the carbonated people who are at the tip top of this matrix. And this person is a part. Anyway, everything they're doing is all well, fine, and good, perfect. Um, and I was just minding my business. But the teacher came over, checked on their work. Teacher came over and then checked on my work. And when this teacher came over, they're Caucasian, they had glasses. They looked to be taller in this space. And and all of a sudden, this, what I have isn't good enough, and they're just tearing me down, and that I need um, more sources. I need two sources from here and one source from here for this research paper. And it's, looking back, it's like that was a tell that this wasn't in this realm because the piece of paper I handed him was had like tables. You know, it wasn't like a huge research paper. It may have been the start of like some ideas, but talking through this right now is like that's what's coming to my mind. So I'm adding it in here. And then he handed it back, and then all of a sudden I had a paper bag, and I had a sandwich in there. And then he like looked at that, and when I got that back and I looked at it again, this sandwich that I had was completely destroyed. Like instead of it being a nice sandwich with like the lettuce and the tomato and the seasoning, you know, it was just completely collapsed, and I couldn't even like eat it. I would have had to eat it with a utensil. That's how much of a change there was from a nice, healthy sandwich that you're able to just grip. Yeah, we need a spoon or a fork. Um, and after that, he could tell that he did his job, and then, you know, was like, "Oh, but if you have any questions, let me know," basically, and walked away. And then I could not see if this carbonated person was like right behind me still, because she was over here and I walked by her because my seat was right here in front of her. But I can only assume that she was still there for that moment, because the whole point of that moment was to get me to drop in frequency, for me to have my vibration lowered. So it happened. And then we're walking around, or I get up and I start walking around. And at some point, I come to this um, doorway where I was. And there were two carbonated teachers that then came inside. And I asked one, and was like, "Oh, can I talk to you outside?" And they were like, "Oh, sure." But they looked a little shocked, I guess. And I just wanted to talk to them outside. Um, and someone, because someone said to me, asked me if I was happy. And if that wasn't the question, it was something along those lines, but I'm going to say that's what it was. So I wanted to just talk to one of these people, because a bunch of thoughts then start percolating. And they then came inside. Mind you, everyone is like clothed like how we are down here when we're in school. And the the male teacher that was carbonated was bald, and then the woman was, she had straight hair, dark black straight hair. And they came inside, and then they were ushering everybody to a new space. And I just thought, you know, they're gonna go see some or do some new assignment. And after that, you know, I saw this other teacher that was Caucasian. They had white hair. And I was like, "Can you come outside? I want to ask you a question." And so then she started coming my way, but everyone's starting to look a little more anxious, looking away, getting a little worried. And I didn't know why. I just picked up on the behavior of the eye movement and how rapid it was. So I then asked her, "Are you happy?" And she was like, "Yep, yeah, I'm happy. Yes, yes, I am very happy." And then turned around, and um, they all started being, you know, quickly, rapidly walking to this new location. And I, not satisfied with what happened with the math tables with my father, to having my frequency lowered for no reason, me not doing anything wrong, um, but that just being the point, and me being aware that it has never been about the school work. It has never been about the job. Their whole job is to get you to lower in frequency, to be upset, to be sad, to be disappointed, to be angry, to be hopeless, to have more negative thoughts, possibly to be get up and removed out of this matrix, yourself or by somebody else. That is their job. Their literal job, so that their bosses, that student that is as carbonated as me, can feed. And that energy can be siphoned from me, harnessed and used in whatever way they see fit, because they're the ones at the top. So having the awareness that it's never been about this damn work, and even if I do the work properly and appropriately, I execute it to a T, they will find some way to get me to drop, because that's their real job. And I was just tired of it, exhausted of it. So after throwing that question back in one of those teachers' faces and that happening, I made a choice. I knew I could walk back inside that building and continue to be upset, to be angry, to know that something is off and going on, but maybe not having the full language, but trusting and knowing my feelings that when I walked in this building, I was A-okay. And now I feel like this because of this person and because of this person. And I know it's intentional. It doesn't have to do with this work that I'm providing that you want me to do on a piece of paper. It's something else completely. Because you sense something in me that you want to oppress. So I could continue to go back, follow all these people, and choose to stay asleep. Choose to continue to consent to being in a space where I will continue to feel that way, because I know none of those people truly give a damn about me. Or I could trust myself. And I turned away. And now the people are looking a little more frantic, a little more worried. And I took my shirt off, I took my shoes off, and I just told myself, I had the thought right here in the right side of the brain, as you already know, that I wanted to leave. And I wanted to take flight. So I took a few steps, and then bada bing, bada boom, that's what I did. And now I'm outside in this, it wasn't a greenhouse, but visually speaking, that is the best word I can use to share how the layout looked. And again, it was very yellow. And then the teachers outside are like, and one of them was just like, if you take my hands like down here, like, damn, he woke up. One of them woke up. Because I don't believe in the entire space in regards to where I was in the astrals. I was the only carbonated being going through that. But in that small classroom, I think I was the only one there. And if I wasn't, then I didn't notice, which is little worrying. One of the carbonated Atlantean and Anunnakis that are on their journey of remembering who they are. But when I was outside even, people were then really being ushered inside. Oh, we gotta get them inside. We gotta make sure none of them see this. And then one of the women, I think it was the woman who I asked that question to. Are you happy? She came out, she was upset. It only took 1 second, you know? It only took the idea, simple idea of someone planting a thought in his mind. And boom. And I'm hearing all this while I'm in the air. I then was really upset because I'm now understanding the further layer of our enslavement. So I was like, before bed, I ended up watching a bunch of like scenes from a cartoon and picking up on the telekinesis from this cartoon. And in this space, I it was Raven from the Teen Titans, and in this space, I just then put that thought out. It's time for this system to crumble. So I went like this, and all this glass poof, started shattering, and some of the structure started falling. Um, and then I was just, enjoying myself in the air, being free. I've had the key the whole time, but I have to be the one to believe it. Remember that saying from the Santa Claus film? It was either one, two, or three, but is seeing believing or is believing seeing? You gotta believe in yourself first in order to then see the fruition of these gifts. You gotta open yourself up. It starts from within, and it will start in the astrals to then descend down here. I guarantee you, we are gonna be doing stuff like this the further along we get in this energy cycle. All of us, I have a feeling we're gonna be able to fly, once that second sun's back. But doing other noticeable things like that, but whatever that ability is for you, whatever that strongest ability is for you, yeah, October, September, November, most definitely November. But we're really about to start seeing that um, down here. I have a feeling, maybe not this month, maybe this month. I don't know. I'm giving it up to the higher powers, and it will happen for me when it happens for me. I just now further believe that it is going to happen. um, and yeah, that was that moment. So I kept flying in the air, and I'm feeling free. I'm happy. I'm now happy. Not having to worry about any of this fake illusion BS of school assignments to having to work a 9 to 5 and all the other stuff that they push in front of us so we can hold in our mind and make reality. Because we're the ones that give it that power. We're the ones that give it life. So once we pull away, what happens? It crumbles. This illusion fades away, and we all enter reality. Reality wasn't, oh, I gotta get these questions right. That's what they want all of us to believe. But we are so much more, and we are capable of doing so much more. And once I asked myself, am I happy? Thoughts just started coming in. My heart started kicking in. This is what I want to do. Bada bing, bada boom. What happened? I started levitating and then flying. And yeah, while I was in the air, like I said, I just felt free and I felt happy, and my entire vibration switched from what it was before with the school assignments to what I was then able to experience. And so I was going up in the air, then did that telekinetic blast, and then I started flying out towards the doorway. And, by this point, this teacher has said, it only took, 1 second for that person to plant an idea in his mind. That's all it took. And they were in white. Um, and then all of a sudden, I'm flying away, but then I land in darkness, and then I'm here, you know? And that was the dream. That was my experience in the dream world. That was my experience in more of, I'm gonna say, the real world, because I had access to that gift. I just put that idea out there, and bada bing, bada boom, it happened. Um, and we are all capable. If you are carbonated, if you're an Atlantean, if you are an Anunnaki, if you are a 93rd goddess or god, you are capable of doing something like that. Or that. Period. We just gotta lose all of this programming. None of this ever belonged to us. So let it go and enter reality. Um, yeah, that was the experience that I had, and I just wanted to film this because I'm now definitely more excited, regardless again of whatever hardship I may go through. In order to get there, I'm getting there. And I have faith in my heart and my soul. All of us are going to get there. Again, because we were on that higher frequency before we fell. But we're about to enter this transition phase within this already transitional phase of this energy cycle where we start pulling away, and that is the benefits of us choosing to no longer be enslaved in this way. So I'm gonna make a continuation of this video in a little bit, but that was the whole experience, and this whole illusion has been a lie and designed to keep us in forgetfulness and away from our gifts. So choose to believe, choose to remember you are capable, and get excited for what is to come. I'm going to end this now by saying I want to send peace, courage, protection, and divine cosmic love to all divine 9 ether beings on their journey of remembering who they are. And if you haven't asked yourself today, ask it. Are you happy? Peace.